What's up, boxing fans? This is TBE Boxing, back at you again. Today's topic, the post-fight analysis. Josh Taylor versus Jose Ramirez for the 140-pound Undisputed Championship. Let's chop it up and see what it was all about.
Got the money for minutes, pretty bitch, gotta show me titties. This is the life that I chose, huh? On the block with the pole, huh? This is the life that I chose, huh? On the block with the pole, huh? That life before riches, huh? That life before riches, huh? Pretty bitch, show me titties, huh? And I got the glazzy run up on me, I'ma make you get it. I'ma make you get it.
Okay, boxing fans, let's talk some boxing. All right, so we had the undisputed title fight for the junior welterweight undisputed championship of the world last night between Josh Taylor and Jose Ramirez. It was a great fight. As we all know, Josh Taylor was successful in defeating Jose Ramirez, knocked him down twice to, gain the undisputed title. Undisputed now at 140 pounds with all four belts. So that's basically what happened last night. It was a great fight. So let's talk about it. All right. Well, uh, it was a great performance by both guys. Okay. Josh Taylor did his thing in there. Ramirez tried his best, but he came up short last night. Josh Taylor was a better man. But it was a great fight nonetheless. Now, the fight was pretty more or less somewhat, close, going into round 6 when Ramirez got caught with a left that put him down. Okay. It was a nice, short, crisp left hand on the inside, and Ramirez went down from that punch. Now, for the most part of the fight, before that knockdown, Ramirez, he kept trying to put the pressure on Josh Taylor, but Josh Taylor was had pretty good defense. He was pretty evasive, okay, and the pressure didn't really seem to bother him that much. He was pretty strong on the inside, and he kept the distance, and every time that Ramirez would try to come in, he would, deliver a strong left on the inside, even to the body or to the head. That which was a pretty good strategy. Taylor was basically strong enough to withstand the kind of pressure that we see that Ramirez, brings. We have seen in previous fights of Ramirez where he overwhelmed his opponent with, pressure. But he wasn't able to do that with Josh Taylor. Okay, Josh Taylor was able to withstand the pressure and deliver some counter shots as Ramirez was coming in, chiefly to the body. He hurt. I thought he hurt Ramirez a couple of times with some body shots when in time Ramirez was rushing. So Taylor was pretty disciplined in there and was able to sustain his pace, even with the pressure that Ramirez was bringing to the fight. Okay, now once we came to the first knockdown, which was a pretty good shot, Ramirez was still trying to recover from that knockdown, I thought, and then he got caught with another even more vicious punch in the 7th round and got knocked down again. And this knockdown was a lot, that punch was a lot harder than the first knockdown. This one was another inside punch, a vicious uppercut on the inside that put Ramirez down. And I was I'm surprised that he actually got up after that knockdown with a pretty good punch. But you can see that Ramirez was visibly shaking after that knockdown, and he was kind of shaky on his feet, even when the referee was giving him trying to give him the standing 8. He I mean, the referee, the referee was asking him if he's good, and he's saying yes, yes. But you could see he was still kind of shaky. Okay, and I mean, the referee probably could have stopped the fight at that point. I would think. Ramirez did look a little bit shaky. The referee kind of gave him a lot of time to get himself back together. I thought, they're talking about how the referee was, wasn't breaking up the clinches, but I thought that the referee, most of his work was in favor of Ramirez, as far as I can see. In both knockdowns, he gave Ramirez a kind of lot of time to get in between, to rest in between the knockdown, but he kept shaking their hand and telling, giving warnings and, talking to them when he was separating them right there after the knockdown. Too much, I thought. He was in there too much. The fight should have started quicker after those knockdowns, but it is what it is. But anyway, so after that second knockdown, you can see that Ramirez didn't have the same wherewithal previous to the knockdown. He was hurt, and he was going to take some time for him to recover from that knockdown. Now, the mistake I thought he made after the knockdown, was trying to immediately go after Ramirez. I mean, after Josh Taylor, instead of trying to cover up. Okay, and especially the round after, the round after he became more aggressive and went after Josh Taylor and got caught with a couple of other shots coming in as well, which I'm sure didn't do any good, for him, and just hurt him even more. I thought that after the knockdown, that round after the knockdown, the 8th round, he should have been moving away from Ramirez, clinching and, trying to make sure he get himself back together. But instead, he went directly after Taylor, okay, and he had just got knocked down the previous round, and he was pressing the fight after the knockdown, which I don't think he should have been doing. He should have been, moving away, dancing around the ring, trying to get his wits back together, get himself back together. But he didn't do that, and I thought that wasn't a smart move. And he got clipped a couple of times in that 8th round after being knocked down in the 7th and the 6th. And so, he didn't get knocked down again, but he still was getting hurt on the inside with a lot of good body shots from Taylor and some good head shots as well. So that's the only thing I could say about that fight in terms of what happened with the knockdown. I thought that Ramirez should have stayed away from Taylor for the 8th round instead of pressing the fight against Taylor. Like I said, he got caught a couple more times in there with some good body shots and some head shots, and that, I think that didn't help him clear his head at all. So basically, after the second knockdown, Ramirez was never the same fighter after that. He never really fully recovered from those 2 knockdowns, I don't think. And so he put up a valiant effort, all around in the end, but Taylor pretty much stayed disciplined, timed him coming in, caught him with some good body shots coming in and some good head shots as well, for the rest of the fight, and was able to pull the fight out, I thought, pretty comfortably in the end. Taylor's pretty strong on the inside, and he was, I mean, it was a pretty good fight by Taylor. He fought a disciplined fight. He fought, strong on the inside when he had to fight on the inside, and he fought on the outside as well, and at mid-range as well. So, he was pretty quick in there. Taylor was never really able to overwhelm him with pressure like he has done his previous opponents. Okay, and basically Taylor stood strong, caught Ramirez coming in a lot of times with some vicious inside body shots that I thought hurt Ramirez once or twice in there with some nice body shots, and some uppercuts. So great fight, actually. Great fight by Taylor. Good defense. Taylor was getting hit with some good shots from Ramirez as well. Ramirez wasn't just in there, just flailing away or anything like that. He was delivering some good inside hooks to the body as well. So both of these guys was, using a lot of inside shots, a lot of body shots, you know, coming from both guys. A lot of hooks to the body from Ramirez, but he never really got going in the sense that, you know, he didn't really build up any momentum. Okay, I was able to sustain any momentum. He would hit Josh Taylor with some good shots, but then, you know, Josh Taylor would counter and find a way to, like, basically avoid any momentum that Ramirez was trying to build. And you know, in the end, he was able to defeat Ramirez by staying disciplined, catching when he was coming in, using his jab, okay, and using that left hand effectively. So it was a great fight by both guys, but you can see that Ramirez was, was strong in there, and he was, disciplined, and so he was a better man last night, okay, and he was able to pull it out. So yeah, great performance by both guys. Taylor was just able to turn in a superior performance, okay, and he was able to pull the fight out, I thought, pretty comfortably. Now, in the post-fight conference, the post-fight interview, Ramirez talked about, a lot of things that he wish he could have did differently. Probably, he thought that maybe he gave Taylor too much respect in there. He said he should have fought a little more dirty. He thought that the referee was trying to break them when he got caught with that second knockdown. But what actually happened was the referee came in there and touched one of their hands, and as they was getting ready to step apart, they weren't actually. It wasn't actually a break to me. I mean, it seemed like the referee was deciding whether he wanted to break them or not, but he was letting them fight, and it looks like Taylor, Ramirez just lost his focus for a second in there, and he got caught with that uppercut. Okay, he let his defense slip, and he got caught with a good shot from Taylor. I mean, when it comes to the refereeing, I thought that the referee was injecting himself in the fight too much, not that he wasn't doing it enough. As I'm hearing from the Taylor, saying that the referee wasn't breaking him. I thought the referee was in their fight too much. I thought, as a matter of fact, I thought the refereeing was in the favor of Ramirez, actually, because when he got knocked down both times, I thought the referee injected himself, and was giving Ramirez a lot of time, in between those knockdowns to recover. So I don't think the referee, was the refereeing was in favor of Taylor. I thought it was more in favor of Jose Ramirez, really. So yeah, great fight, guys. Great match. Now Josh Taylor is the undisputed 140-pound champion of the world. Okay. What is he gonna do next? Well, from where he sits right now, Josh Taylor has a lot, many options. Okay, I mean, a lot of guys gunning for that 140-pound undisputed title right now. You're gonna have Teofimo. He's been making mention of wanting to fight the winner of this fight. Gervonta Davis is fighting at 140. He wants, the winner of this fight. We have heard Mikey Garcia talking about fighting the winner of this fight. So there's a lot of people out there gunning for this undisputed title now. Okay, who doesn't want to become undisputed? So Josh Taylor's gonna have his hands full. He's gonna have a lot of options, a lot of fights to make. A lot of people gonna want to fight him, and he also has the option of moving up to 147 and fighting Crawford for the WBO belt. Okay, so there's a lot of options out there for Josh Taylor at this point. A lot of good fights, a lot of big money fights for him. I would think that from here on in, it's nothing but big money fights for Josh Taylor. Okay, so he's young. He got a lot of options right now, and congratulations to Josh Taylor. Congratulations to Ramirez for putting up a spirited fight as well. So we're not sure what we're gonna see next, but I would think that, like I said, Josh Taylor has some big fights coming up and has a chance to, make some money after this Undisputed. So we'll have to wait and see who's going to be his next fight. If it's going to be Teofimo or possibly, maybe not Teofimo so soon. As a matter of fact, when they asked Josh Taylor about Teofimo, he said that, which I agree with him. He said that Teofimo has some work to do still at lightweight, and that he needs to actually become undisputed instead of just saying he's undisputed. So Josh Taylor is not really riding with that whole Teofimo being undisputed at lightweight, because he hasn't actually fought Devin Haney to become undisputed. And this is what Josh Taylor was saying, that Teofimo needs to actually become undisputed instead of just saying he's undisputed. So he kind of threw cold water on the fight between him and Teofimo by saying that basically, Teofimo is not ready and he has unfinished business at lightweight and he needs to become undisputed. Okay, so I thought that was a pretty good comment from Josh Taylor, and I thought it was spot on. He's exactly right. Okay, Teofimo is at lightweight, trying to fool everybody, claiming that he's undisputed when he actually isn't undisputed. Josh Taylor is undisputed. That's a real undisputed fight. So yeah, good comment by. I thought it was a great comment by Taylor. Okay, and I thought it was on the money. So yeah, so I guess we're gonna be waiting to see. Everybody's gonna be waiting to see what Josh Taylor does next. Also, what Ramirez does next. There's still an option for Ramirez as well. Okay, he's at the top of the 140-pound division. Right under Taylor, and he just fought a great fight against Taylor. So I'm pretty sure he has a lot of options as well. I mean, he could go to welterweight if he decides to do that. I don't know if that would be a smart move, but what does he have to accomplish at 140 pounds? I guess he can try to get a rematch with Josh Taylor, but that might be sometime down the line. So what does he do in the meantime? So we're going to have to see how all this plays out. But these guys, I'm pretty sure they got some other options out there, and we're going to have to wait and see, what scenario is going to play out for both of these guys. But yeah, it was a great fight. Congratulations to both guys. Looking forward to see what they're going to do next. That's all I have for right now. I'm going to leave it there. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Okay, go to TBEBoxing.com. Get the latest merchandise, the latest news, the latest headlines. The headlines and news are updated daily on TBEBoxing.com, so you're getting fresh content. All right? So again, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. This is TBE Boxing. I'm out.